especially considering that later on in this year, we are going to be in for the T20 World Cup. Well, either way, we'll either see some history get made or history get repeated. Welcome to Match Center Live. I'm Supriya Singh coming to you live from the DY Patil Stadium, and I have some very prestigious company with me. Anjum Chopra, Mel Jones and WV Raman. Thank you so much, guys. Mel, very sparkly shoes there.
Well, look, it's my little subtle Australian way. A little bit of gold for the green and gold, the way I can sort of cheer on the girls tonight.
Other than that, she's all blue. She's supporting India.
But I'm in the blue. I've got Team India. Love coming over here working, but I am an Aussie.
All right, we are moments away from the toss, Mel. I know you did the pitch report. We won't go into the details, but based on what you've seen, where do you see the toss go?
Yeah.
So be very well aware. Ideally, on this kind of a surface, you ask me, I will say 160, 165 to have a target to bowl to the Australian batters. Because remember, they can always change gears. They can go big whenever they want. They have that kind of batting depth.
Well, we are talking about the surface, so you might as well hear the pitch report that was done by Mel earlier. So here's the pitch report brought to you by Kajaria Tiles.
Pitch report.
Innings.
Right, so if the Indian team is able to bat and is able to capitalize, build a good innings, then they could be, by winning this T20I series, creating history. That's right, because this
series is concerned, they should take this as another game, try and do what best they can do. And things will always pan out as long as they don't worry too much about winning. That can't be all-consuming. You've got to be focused yet relaxed as well.
Well, the playing 11 are the same as the last two matches, so maybe they will be a little more relaxed. Let's take a look at the playing 11 then, starting with India. You know, we have seen her bat as well as field. Mel, which of her skills do you think Australia need to be more wary of today?
Probably her energy, and that covers over both of them, I think. She is one of those players that you want in a side because she just creates...
That's it.
Raman, as a coach of Team India, as a former coach, I want to ask you the coaching sort of question. What is the one area of improvement you see for her?
What she needs to realize is that everybody is not as quick as her.
Right. There's another batter who performed very well in the last game. She also bowls. That's right, I'm talking about Deepti Sharma. Let's take a look at some... Well, you know, the position may not be well suited for her or the best suited for her, but she was part of the Indian team that won the T20I series against Australia back in 2016. You think that's a very good omen for Team India that she's part of the squad today?
Look, I think every game is important for a player to maintain their place in the 15 is a challenge. Then to get into the 11 is another challenge. Saika Ishaq, she was there against the England team. She's not even there.
So some of that hard work is definitely being put in by Smriti Mandana because she's been very good at finding the boundaries this particular series. But since this is such an important match, would you maybe suggest that she play an anchoring role and leave the boundaries to someone else?
No, it's. I think Supriya, the title is very clear that if you want to, then how do we start capitalizing? How do we up the scoring rate? But going across the line and thinking that the bowler will bowl to exactly the area that I want to hit, that's not going to happen. They've also practiced enough to come in and defend their title in India. So you have her strength. Playing a shot down towards the third region for a single, is it worth the risk? Or can she hit the ball down the ground? Because 120 balls, as I said, is too short a time.
Right. If you had to give Smriti some advice, what would you tell her to do differently when she's facing Kim Garth, especially today?
If she asks me for advice, then yes. But other than that, I would want her to probably understand the angles that Megan Shute is targeting her at, because she swings the ball away from the left-hander. She swings it into the right-hander. So you need to target those. They're very essential. World over, you want to play, you want to score and dominate. Those angles have to be worked out.
Okay, so who is going to win this series?
My heart will want and my wish is only that India lifts their first.
Helped India to build the innings and get to a score of 148, which also is the highest target that's been set so far in this series. Welcome back to Match Center Live. I'm Supriya with Anjum. Anjum, Richa Ghosh has really helped to save the innings and still keep the ball somewhat.
That was just the move that she was actually waiting to turn the tide over. The good thought was, and the good stroke that she started playing well is over the mid-off fielder. So once a field is set and you go over, and that shot started paying off. Certainly, her knock has helped India get to this total.
Right, and she really exploited her ability to hit those sixes.
So that even if you're not to the pitch of the ball, you swing your bat through the line so that you're able to get the elevation and the distance. Half shot will only get you to the 30 yard. A full shot can get you one bounce into the boundary or over the boundary rope. So that's what she did well. And in fact, for India to have a score on the board, that knock from Richa Ghosh was absolutely essential.
Absolutely. And now Australia are going to be chasing the biggest target yet. Yes, we have seen the chasing sides win both matches prior to this, but there are some positives, of course, still for India. Their bowling always on the back foot on a ground that has always favored chasing. Looks like they'll have to wait a little longer for their date with history. Welcome back to Match Centre Live. I'm Supriya, seeing it at the D.Y. Patil Stadium with W.V. Raman. Raman, a match-winning knock and a captain's knock by Alyssa Healy in her 150th appearance.
Create some problems first up in the innings when the ball is hard and when it's shining. And also the fact that Beth Mooney is one who likes to stick in there and play the second fiddle for Alyssa Healy. She had to be proactive and she had to create some opportunities for herself at the start. After which she was obviously banking on the Indian bowlers, trying too hard and providing her opportunities. And that's exactly how it all panned out. Things went according to plans.
Right.
Alyssa Healy.
There was a time where we all thought that she had gotten out, cheers had gotten around the stadium, and then it turned out to be a non-call. Do you think that was a point of a low point for India where, you know, they sort of lost spirit a little more?
That would have probably provided them some fillip. But I don't think that would have made a huge impact because definitely
the finish line, because she started it off and she saw them through with a 52 not out.
Yeah, that's experience, and that's what you'll expect an experienced cricketer to do, to try and stay there and
Right. Well, a lot of positives also for Team India. They did try to stay in the game. They've done this in both the last two matches where, you know, the bowling suddenly took off after the middle overs. But coming to the individual positive performances, Smriti Mandana is one.
In the back of your mind that the World Cup is something that you need to plan for constantly, and that is how it is done. For example, Australia would start preparing way ahead of the World Cup. And even in the few press conferences and the interviews that the players were speaking about the World Cup preparation also,
right,
simultaneously as they were playing the series.
Right. Well, like you mentioned, India have played these T20I series against two of the toughest opponents they could have, England and Australia. So, yes, we may have lost, but a lot of lessons have been learned. What are the particular areas of improvement that you would want to see?
The youngsters have shown tremendous temperament. I think that's a big plus. And what needs to be done is that they need to try and sort out who's going to bat.
Well, you know, this T20I series has come to an end, but now it is the turn of the men in blue. That's right. India are going to play Afghanistan in a T20I series. Kohli is also going to be playing. But the interesting thing is that these two players haven't played a T20I since the last World Cup in 2022. So you won't have to wait for the match to actually start in Mohali, because we'll be able to bring you some shots of them practicing in the nets tomorrow itself. But the nets will be available for you to watch tomorrow 7 p.m. on JioCinema and Sports 18. And of course, the series itself begins on the 11th. So join us sharp there. Raman, any early predictions for this particular series?
It'll be a cracker of a series because I'll tell you what, Afghanistan has done extraordinarily well in the 50 overs World Cup, and they've shown what they're capable of doing in white ball cricket. And with India being what it is.
Right, and while this particular series is going to start day after, we also have something else other than the net starting for you tomorrow, which is the South Africa T20. That's right, the SA T20 starts from tomorrow. This is the second year of the league, and you'll be able to catch all of the action live on JioCinema. Well, that's about all the time we have, Raman. I think we've taken up enough of your time. So thank you so much for joining me, and thank you
My pleasure.
all. We will catch you tomorrow again.